Well, what I have to say to the class of 2022 is, you guys have it so easy. Anybody getting into Bitcoin right now has it so easy, because now I've counted, I've gone through 3 cycles, 3 boom and bust crashes, and I'm, for all the OGs in the room, today I tweeted that, starting to feel like a Bitcoin veteran. There's still a lot of people that are skeptical about me, but I will have arrived when the Bitcoin OGs say, I guess we're stuck with Saylor from this point forward. And as for what I think now, look, the asset class is seasoned. When in 2020 there were a lot of questions. There were questions about whether or not this was going to be embraced by regulators, whether this would be banned. A lot of people, there are a lot of legitimate leaders in the United States who said this is going to be banned. They would either say it's going to be banned because it's a Ponzi, they were the deniers, or they said this is going to be banned. Jamie Dimon said it's just too good to be true, so it'll be banned. So there were the people that didn't understand it, and there were the people that understood it but thought it was too good, and so the government would take it away. And then when the China crackdown took place, everybody said, we see China banned it, and so that proves that it's probably going to get taken away. And here we are in 2022, and what you have is a fight between the chair of the SEC and the chair of the CFTC to see who gets to regulate it, or who gets to endorse it. And what's become very clear is you've had the head of the CFTC say this is a commodity. You've had the chair of the SEC say this is a commodity. You have had the Secretary of the Treasury, Janet Yellen, recite the legend of Satoshi in a speech at American University. Right? Satoshi, a person or persons, figured out how to transfer value without an intermediary. We now see all the regulators in the Western world have embraced this as an asset class. We've had the chair of the SEC educate the entire working group, the entire cabinet, and most of Congress as to the definition of a commodity. An asset without an issuer, over and over and over again. So the last 24 months have brought mainstream adoption and legitimacy to Bitcoin, and it wasn't there in the middle of 2020. In the middle of 2018 and 2017, we didn't know whether the forks were going to work or if you could fork Bitcoin, and we hadn't settled the basic principle that this was immutable and it should be power to the people and it should not be hijacked by the exchanges or hijacked by everybody that has a decent idea to fix it or improve it. But I think, Len has said this, and I've said it too. I think the outcome of the block size wars was really critical to the success of Bitcoin as the world's greatest monetary asset. So if you were around during the block size wars, and if you fought on the right side of the block size wars, then you're really the OG. You guys should give yourself a hand. There's no way that I would be here, that we would be here, that we would have an avalanche of institutional adoption without the sacrifices that were made during the block size wars and without the principled fight. And it was a very principled fight that makes the difference. And today, what you have is a raft of regulators, that have said a commodity is an asset without an issuer. There is only one digital commodity. There is only one crypto asset network that is lacking an issuer, and that leaves 22,000 other things. And I'm going to quote someone. The vast majority of those other things are securities. And that's politically correct speech for they're all securities. You have a commodity. You have an example set by Satoshi, a principled example. All the other crypto bros that are waiting for clarity and guidance, and they want the people at the library that want to understand how you create a commodity. Well, Satoshi showed you how you create a commodity. You have a principled example. It's in front of your face. It's been endorsed by every thoughtful, principled person of integrity that's studied the space. And so we arrive in the middle of 2022, and the question that we wondered, will this be banned, has been answered. No, this is not being banned. This is being embraced. Will it be hacked? No, it has not been hacked. No one can hack it. And in fact, the Bitcoin mining network is approaching 300 exahash. It's the most powerful computer network in the world. It's the most powerful crypto network in the world. And when people ask what backs Bitcoin, the answer is a crypto hashing network that would require 3.5 Earths worth of energy to 50% attack with conventional cloud computing from the best GPU companies in the world. So we've reached a point where it is embraced, it is not hacked, it is not going to be hacked, it is backed. And can it be copied? Yeah, it's been copied 20,000 times and they've all failed. And if you want to copy it, you have a simple roadmap. You just need to have an ethical launch by a founding team that takes no monetary interest in the asset. You need to give it to hundreds of millions of people. You need to back it with 300 exahash and 3.5 Earths worth of hash energy. And you need to avoid corrupting it with all of your silly ideas and youthful exuberance and all of your little functional aspirations and all of your other attempts to like accomplish something or do something that you read about last week on a message board. And so that's where we are today.